What's up, everybody? For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an issue that people have been wondering for quite some time. And that issue is, do full frame lenses perform worse on crop sensor cameras? Today, we're going to find out. Alright, so one of the issues that people have been having, myself included, is the fact when you buy a crop sensor camera, and we'll take this as an example, this is the Sony a6300. Are you going to buy native lenses to this, or are you going to buy full frame lenses that will also work on this? That's an issue, because what happens, we've seen people saying that if you buy full frame lenses and you put them on the crop sensor cameras, then you're not going to get as good image quality, and that can be a problem. So today we're going to take a look at this, and I'm going to use a couple of different lenses, and we're going to do a test, and we're going to find out once and for all if it's worth getting the full frame, putting on crop sensor, and what the image quality trade-off is. Now obviously there are more to just lenses than image quality, but for purposes of this test, that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Although I will be talking about some other things as it pertains to both of these. Now right here, I have Sony's version of the Nifty 50. This is the FE 1.8. And I have its crop sensor equivalent, the E-mount 50 1.8. So we're gonna put these two to the test. Which one gives the best image quality? Let's find out. And the reason why I chose this spot is because it's overall scene. We have some darks, we have some brights, we have some mids. We have pretty much everything we need. It's fairly well lit. We're gonna take a look a little bit closer. And if you can see here, we have some painted over bolts that are starting to rust and start to get some dirt and little fine grains in there. And then we have this painted over texture that's gonna give us a better and closer look as to the overall image quality of both of those lenses. And as we get closer, we'll be able to really go in quite far and see just exactly how it looks. All right, first off, we're using the crop sensor lens. Now it's time for the full frame. All right, now we're gonna load up Lightroom and take a look at the pictures. Now don't forget that we're doing this in a real world situation. So we're not gonna discuss the math. We took the pictures, now we're gonna see the results. For this first set of pictures, you're going to go ahead and notice right off the bat that the FE mount lens has a slightly longer focal length than the APS-C E-mount lens. Going into the mid shot, you're going to see that the focal length issue remains, but that there's still not much of a noticeable difference in image quality. Now for the last set of photos, the focal length issue remains, but the image quality is again largely the same. The blue texture paint is slightly less sharp on the FE lens than it is in the crop lens, but in order to see the difference, you'd have to sit down and study it. It's simply not noticeable under normal circumstances. Alright, so there you have it. What you can see here is that there is not much difference in image quality between these two lenses. We certainly are not seeing a difference in the perceptual megapixel loss from the full frame onto the crop sensor. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing maybe a 5% difference at the very, very, very maximum end. So if you're a Sony a7 series user that also uses the crop sensor cameras, feel free to buy the 50 FE 1.8, the Sony version of the Nifty 50. Feel free to buy this one because it'll serve you well. It's a little bit loud and noisy. The focusing is a bit slow, so that's a kind of a con for it. But as far as the image quality goes, it's almost exactly the same. If I want to get into the lenses, I will say that the main differences between the lenses optically is that this is a base 50 millimeters. This one probably works out to about 53, 54 millimeters. Because when you compare them side by side with the same framing on the same camera, you will see that this one has a slightly longer focal length, but nothing big. These two lenses right here will get you largely the same image quality on your A6000 series camera, full stop. Now each lens is different, so this test that I've done might not work with other lenses, but as far as the debate going full frame lens on crop sensor camera, will it work? Do you get good image quality? As far as these two ones go, yes, you'll get great image quality. Alright guys, so we've gone through the test results and we've seen what they are. So this is all about I have to say on this subject, but I hope this video was useful to you as far as what kind of lenses you need to buy for what kind of system that you own. Stay tuned for my next video. It'll be coming out very soon. Take care.